Virtua Fighter was the original 3D fighting game, all the way back in 1993 in arcades, and soon after on the Sega Saturn. Then a sequel was made in 1996, and they turned it into a 2D fighting game and released it on the Sega Mega Drive. At such a late time in the Mega Drive's life, and with the Saturn already being out in Japan and I believe the US at this time, I just don't get it. That being said, I quite liked my short time with this game. The 2D graphics hold up so much nicer than the early 3D models, and gameplay wise, it's a solid fighting game. Might play again. Wonder Boy in Monster World is the 5th game in the Wonder Boy series and the 3rd game in the Monster World sub-series. A little confusing, but whatever. We've already looked at Monster World 4, the sequel to this game, and this isn't much different in terms of gameplay. Action RPG, money escaping from murdered enemies, slippy platforming, and dodgy hitboxes. I did at least dig the music though, so that's something. The series, as I've already said, just isn't for me. Won't play again. World of Illusion, starring Mickey Mouse and Donald Duck, is the 2nd title in the Illusion series, this time with a 2-player mode added to the mix. You take control of Mickey or Donald and enter a magic world that you have to escape from. We have the same great platforming as Castle of Illusion, only now the combat is different. No longer do you have the satisfying bum bash, instead you just wave a cape and turn enemies into flowers and things. Honestly, it's nowhere near as fun based on that alone. As you progress through the game, you learn magical abilities, which I'm assuming will increase the fun factor, but I haven't played enough of it yet to find out. Since it is an Illusion game though, I absolutely want to play through and find out what else this game has to offer. Will play again. Well, after playing all 42 games on the Mega Drive Mini 1, it's time to sum up my thoughts on the system. Firstly though, I want to go over some of the non-gaming aspects of it. Since I've already looked over the actual look of the console when I did my unboxing all those years ago, I want to look at the system menu and options, etc. The game's menu looks great to start with. I like that they didn't just go with the basic scrolling left to right deal like a lot of the mini systems ended up doing. Instead, we get nice box art for each game in rows of 6, or if you like, you can swap to side views as if they were on a shelf. Screen settings for the games are very basic, 4:3 or 16:9. Why on earth anyone would want to stretch it out to 16:9 is beyond me, but the option is there. For the backgrounds, you can choose from various visual nonsense, or nice black borders that don't distract from the games, which I much prefer. No CRT filters that I could find, but since they usually look awful anyway, I don't care. Each game has access to a save and load menu for save states, which is nice for those games that didn't have a save option to begin with, or if you just want to save anyway, you damn well please. Oh, and one more cool option is that when you change the language to Japanese, the game box art all changes to the Japanese release versions, and the games themselves are now the Japanese versions, which is double cool when those versions are uncensored compared to Western releases. A very nice touch. And that brings me back to the games themselves. Some amazing games were put on here, along with some utter garbage. But for the most part, I can understand why even the bad games were put on here. For starters, some people actually like them, it's just me that doesn't. While some games are there for more historical purposes. After playing all of them, I found that I really liked 20 of the 42 games enough to say that I will play them again, with 17 of the 42 games that I wouldn't play again. That number does seem high, but a few of them are still good games. I would simply prefer to play other versions of them. Rounding things out, there were 5 games that I might play again. I can safely say that well over half of the games are good and fun, and that the Mega Drive Mini 1 is a really good mini-system. The biggest complaint I have is the 3-button controller that comes with it. but there are plenty of 6-button options out there, like the Retro Fighters one that I bought. I'm happy overall with my purchase and would easily recommend it to anyone else. And so, starting tomorrow, I begin my look at the Mega Drive Mini 2.